Hello, Johannes.
Yes, we're busy drinking alcohol-free beer because it's Monday.
Yeah, we've had enough beer this weekend.
There's no such thing as enough beer. We're just
that's
trying
true.
to be responsible
Yeah,
because we're contributing to society.
yes. Now we're having fruity, alcohol-free beer. If there's a bit of noise on the microphones, we apologize. That is something we will improve if everyone's subscribing that's watching this that hasn't subscribed yet.
Yeah.
And go to Sportstats.co.za as well.
I think that this beer might be a metaphor for the lack of impetus and impotence.
Yeah.
The impotence of our teams.
Yes.
The Bulls have now scored, 3 tries in the entire competition.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And I think this might be Ben Whitehouse's favourite beer. Alcohol-free pomegranate beer with a pink label.
Yes.
Might be the favourite beer of Ben Whitehouse.
Yeah.
Without being nasty to Ben Whitehouse.
Okay, let's have our wins just now. Let's first start with the Stormers. Okay, so the Stormers first up.
Yeah, they played well now.
They played very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bit of a sort of a loose game towards the end. I don't know if the score maybe flattered them a little bit.
Yeah, they got a consolation try, almost like the Bulls did against the previous round.
Yeah.
With the kick through, very similar.
Yeah.
Leoland Zas this time. And they made a bit of a hash of it, and he just managed to boot it through again and then score under the posts.
Yeah, but again, Galant showing that he's maybe should be called up as a starter.
Yeah, he's been out for so long that we sort of forgot that he's actually the incumbent for Willie Leroux.
Yes.
Yeah.
And especially if you're thinking about Willie Leroux's form and that, I've seen a lot of journalists say that we must stick with Willie Leroux, but maybe it's the time for some bold decisions. Why not play Willie? Why not let Willie play on the bench and let him regain his confidence? Why just flog this dying horse?
Willie is a creator of things, but he made a lot of other mistakes.
Yeah, I love Willie. I think he's amazing. But I think if you're so off form, just help the guy and put him on the bench.
And they're similar players, Galant and Willie. Galant also can pop up at the 10. He creates a lot of things. He's always around the tries and that sort of attacking fullback, ball in hand type of fullback.
Yeah.
But he's got a good kicking game and everything else as well.
Yeah.
Good under the high ball.
Great vision.
Yeah, great vision.
Yeah, so the Stormers scrum obviously was a big talking point.
Yeah.
Powerful.
Yes. Brock Harris and Maitland Fischer. Yeah. Skara's also looking good.
Yeah.
Yeah, the set piece was played a big part in the victory.
I wanted to say, so we said it before, but Morat is coming into his own.
Yeah. I don't think they should make, just a small word about the Springboks again, I don't think that he should just bring in 5 or 6 guys, but 1 or 2 guys are putting their hand up.
Yeah. What other locks outside of the usual 4 or whatever are putting up their hand like he is?
Yes, that's true. If you think of it now, not even the Bulls locks.
The Bulls locks aren't shining the way he is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And Dobson, who kept referring to the Ospreys.
Yeah, kept calling them the Ospreys.
Yeah.
It was a bit funny.
But I must
say, thought we had to light that because they spoke to him while the game was on. So he was actually watching them play, and he kept referring to them as the Ospreys. Who was playing?
Exactly, that's what I wanted to say. So
all these teams are it's like one team for me.
If it's a Welsh team, then it's maybe the Blues or whatever.
So I literally can't remember.
Some of the someone played the Scarlets, I think, the other day. Yeah. And I was like, are they a team in this competition? So it's going to take a while before we start learning.
It was either Glasgow or Cardiff or somewhere.
Okay, but I can sort of distinguish between the between the Welsh and the Scottish teams. But the
Dragons?
The Dragons. I don't know.
I think it was the Dragons. It was the Dragons.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Ruus,
the Gwent Dragons.
Gwent.
Yeah.
Gwent.
Yeah.
Ivan Ruus.
Yeah.
Is also putting up his hand.
I think he's going to get a call up.
Yeah.
Only because we lack, like we said, the Springboks. Sorry, we keep referring back to the Springboks because tomorrow is the squad announcement for the Springboks. He's like a real tall line-out option ball carrier, like more typical eighth man to me than Jasper Visser in my mind.
Yeah,
especially
because there aren't that many putting their hands up.
Yeah, but he needs a lot of work.
Yeah,
he looks good, but there's a lot of polishing that needs to be done to his game, I think.
Yeah, he'll get there.
Yeah.
Okay, and then do you want to talk about the Bulls game?
I suppose we have to mention the Bulls game.
To talk about them.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to slate Edinburgh now.
Yeah.
But they didn't have a good game either, and
no.
And it was just like an entire game of just mistakes. And okay, the weather obviously played a part.
Yeah. Look, I have a theory that I've had since the first round, and I think that counts like that for any rugby match. If you can't get into a game for whatever reason, whether you make silly mistakes or whether there's a Ben Whitehouse factor, referee, but you start becoming despondent and you just lose focus, and you just start going backwards, and you just lose confidence in any chance that you might win the game. Mm-hmm. And it's just like we're trying all these things and nothing's working, so they sort of started lying down. They sort of started giving up. Mm-hmm. Scored a late try, what we thought was a try, to possibly draw the game. And I think a draw would have been good. Sorry about the motorbike. I think 2 points would have been good in the end for an away game.
Yeah, I would have taken it because I thought we were very poor.
They just couldn't get into the game. The Bulls didn't play well. Edinburgh, I don't know, they probably played a little bit better than the Bulls, but it was a game marred, unfortunately, again by a few bad refereeing decisions.
Yeah, and it's just the inconsistency for me again.
Yeah.
So like the Bulls would do one thing and then get blown for it.
Yeah.
And like Bismarck's overturned penalty.
Yeah. Look, Bismarck,
for pushing a player, I've never seen that. I mean.
Yeah. Look, if you know that you're chasing the game, and if you can feel the ref is maybe the 50-50 calls aren't going your way, then you need to stay out of stuff. But we agree that we're trying to think back to when a little bit of argy-bargy handbags has led to a penalty being reversed. I literally cannot remember a time that has happened.
Let me think. No,
you're the encyclopedia. You're the encyclopedia. If you can't remember it, then it didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
Yeah, but still, it was literally Piers Koeman had a go at Bismarck, and he pushed back.
What do you think about Piers Koeman? Do you think he's would have made the Springbok team?
It's difficult to say.
It's not difficult for me to say. I'm going to say no.
Okay.
Because he wasn't exactly a shining light.
Yeah.
In the darkness there.
We don't watch these games weekend on weekend. When he left the Bulls, I thought it was the best rugby that he had played.
Yeah, he was playing better.
But short answer, probably no as well, because we have such good stock in props at the moment. If you go all the way back down to Vincent Koch and Thomas de Toy and even other young guys coming through, then I'm not sure. No, I don't think so. Yeah.
Let's have a look. What else?
And the Sharks, Madosh Tambo's try. What do you make of that? There was a little bit of pushing.
I like how you put it. I like that. If you remember, this is now to draw the game.
Yeah.
Like if you are going to look at that double movement or whatever.
Yeah.
You can. There is a way that you could see that he launches himself again.
Yeah.
If you look at it in normal speed, maybe you won't see it as much, that sort of thing. So I think either way.
I think if it was given, no one would have complained.
Yeah, but I don't feel robbed.
No.
That it,
Yeah.
It doesn't matter that it wasn't given.
Yeah. But the letter of the law, if you look at it and you slow it down so much, you probably say that he did maybe push off his knee a little bit, almost slipped off his knee, which might constitute a double movement. Because placing of the ball is basically with the arm. As soon as you push off your knees, you're crawling. Yeah. But it happened so fast, it almost looked like a slide off his knee type thing.
Yeah.
But like you say, it doesn't matter now.
It doesn't matter, and I just mean I don't feel robbed.
Yeah.
It would have been nice to get that try or whatever.
But it just felt, and we're saying this because literally every article I've seen since Saturday has mentioned the refereeing, specifically in the Bulls game. And Ben Whitehouse he was constantly, it felt as if he was looking at what the Bulls are doing wrong. Yeah. And as soon as Edinburgh started playing, they're just allowed to play. Yeah. But for us, he's got us under a magnifying glass and he's checking every little thing.
Yeah.
And if there's a slight infringement, then he would blow it.
But like Jake White said, we need to, I don't know, we need to adapt. It's hard to adapt when it's so inconsistent, but we need to adapt.
Yeah, we need to grow on these people, and they need to welcome us into their competition and say, listen, let's make all the games 100% fair.
Let's just make it that we win all the games. Let's make it.
We're a bunch of nice guys. I mean, South Africans probably have a bit of a reputation. The Springboks have a bit of a reputation. And like we say, a guy like Bismarck doesn't help, who's constantly argy-barging, looking for trouble and stuff.
Yeah.
Because that's why the refs are like that. And it probably goes back to Rassi's video and a few other things. The fact that we have a reputation of being abrasive. Refs, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a little conference with the refs and they said, let's not get these ucks. They shouldn't bully us into making decisions and this and that. And maybe there's a little bit of bias.
Yeah, but they'll get to know us and then maybe they'll see we're
actually. You've got to play better than that. You've got to play better than that. Look at the Sharks game last week. I really thought the ref sort of put a marker down in the first 20 minutes and then he blew the game completely fair. When he probably saw, okay, now these ucks are in it to play a good game of rugby. There's no all the off the ball stuff or anything like that. And then it was fine.
Yeah, speaking of the Sharks then, it was a bit of a disappointing, the way that game turned out. They had a lot of dominance, and then they couldn't turn that into points. They
a bit of arrogance, kicking for the side all the
respect
time.
There.
Yeah. Instead of going for posts, there are a lot of opportunity to go for posts.
Which is what I think the Bulls did well against the Cardiff Blues. We took all of our chances in terms of going for posts.
Talking last week now.
Last week.
Yeah.
So I think that maybe the Sharks fancied their chances a little bit against them, and they didn't show them the due respect, especially so early in the game. So they were taking shots for going for the line.
Yes. Multiple times
after like 50 minutes.
Yes.
It's too soon.
Yeah.
Get ahead, get close.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. No, and it was a close game.
Yeah.
In the end, they lost by 4 points or something. They got a bonus point. Yeah.
What's going to be interesting now is, looking at this weekend is seeing that the level isn't that good with the Welsh and the Scottish teams.
Yeah.
Welcoming them here in the summer.
Yes.
And also at altitude, it will be interesting to see if we can just push that advantage a little bit.
So that's coming end of November. There's an international break now.
Yeah.
And then we're welcoming teams to our shores.
Yeah. And the Springboks are now going north.
Yes.
The All Blacks are going north.
Very keen. Three tests coming.
Yeah. I think the Wallabies are as well.
Yes. Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
So that's going to be a
awesome
good month.
to watch.
Yeah.
Good month. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and we look forward to them coming this way.
Yeah, I'm definitely hoping that
our refs will be completely objective.
No, they won't.
Okay.
Anyway,
that's
cheers.
it. Cheers.